Hello everyone, Coach Jandy here. So some of you all may have read about a few weeks ago when I had some car trouble. I was supposed to be going on a trip and ended up having to get a rental instead because it was like $2,300 worth of some important work, which fortunately got covered by the warranty. But when I went to go pick up the vehicle and it was fixed, I was actually driving down a middle lane, traffic going on both sides behind me, and all of a sudden Ginger, my truck, came to almost like a screeching halt, almost like I was in an accident, and this made this horrific sound like the engine was literally dropping out of it, and then it was this crunching noise as I tried to drive. So I was just panicked. I mean, I literally felt like I was in an accident and trying to decide very quickly, what do I do? So I had to get off the road. There was a church on the right-hand side, and so unfortunately I had to try to drive it into that space. And as I was driving, I'm thinking I shouldn't be driving it, but I also didn't want to get killed in the middle of the road. So I got it off to the side of the road. But I remember distinctly, if I can say that right, thinking in that moment when it happened is, did I make a mistake? I immediately looked down and had this thought like, oh my gosh, was I trying to drive it in park or something? Now I know that that's ridiculous. Like, that's ridiculous. The car wouldn't have gone down, you know, the couple miles that it went if it was in park. But I immediately thought in that second, like, I've got to call these guys and they're gonna think, oh, you're a woman and what mistake did you make? How did you screw this up? And I, you know, that is not my normal thinking, and it happened so fast that I realized, you know, that how conditioned, you know, that I am and we are as a society to roles and intelligence. And if you saw my opening video this week, you know, kind of reclaiming my life and getting back on my videos, you know, I talked about that intelligence piece and how sometimes we can be in those moments and we can question ourselves. And so it really gave me pause to think about, you know, what that means for me and not doubting myself. So for me, fortunately, I have the tools on board because I've been working on it a really long time. So I was very quickly able to do the self-talk and say, no, Jandy, that's ridiculous. I just picked up this vehicle. Something is wrong with it. So it just took me a couple minutes, you know, or a couple seconds to make that shift. But for a lot of people, they can't make that shift simply because they still have on board, you know, that internal message of, I'm not smart, I'm not good enough. And unfortunately, a lot of messages are tied to being a woman because society says, well, you know, if you're a woman, you must not know about cars. And that's just simply not the case. I've always usually driven older cars, and I'll never forget a few years back I had the coolest K5 Blazer, 1985. I had rhino lined the entire inside, had stripped all the carpet out and bondoed the outside, pulled all the metal off, repainted it, new engine, new carburetor. I mean, I love that truck. I miss it. But one time I remember I took it into service and there was this young kid, and I told him, I said, you know, the timing is off. You know, I think we need to check the timing belt. And he's like, ma'am, there hasn't been timing belts in vehicles. And I just literally went like this and pointed out at my truck. And he saw what I was driving and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll check that out for you. And it was just one of those moments like, don't belittle me, you know, and you have to take charge, you know, don't allow people to belittle you, you know, stand up for yourself. And, you know, we have those moments where we have to do that. And sometimes we have to, you know, teach other people, you know, but you are intelligent and you are smart. You know, I will admit, I'm not math smart. I'm not, you know, I don't like numbers. I don't like Excel spreadsheets. It is not my expertise. And that is okay for me to say, that's not where I'm smart. But I am highly intelligent in business and in coaching and speaking and emotional intelligence. That's where I play. And not everybody is, you know, really, you know, functioning well in that realm where they are the person that loves the math. So there's different kinds of intelligence, okay? But don't doubt that you are an intelligent being in your own right. So own it, okay? All right, so go out and do that today. Check me out on CoachJandy.com, and also under YouTube, you can find lots of these great videos. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.